Guys, let's talk quickly before we go to break about the NHS here in Wales. Out of office hours care has been labelled substandard by the Health Ombudsman. Now, I can attest to that, but we've talked a little bit about the problems with your mother, but what do we do to assure that if somebody were to fall ill on a Friday night or Saturday morning, as was the case with my retina beginning to tear, that they're actually going to be served and not go blind? Or they're going to be, I mean, it was that serious a situation. I mean, basically, I had to come home and lay on my side stationary for a day and a half before I then was put into surgery and my eye was repaired. But what if I didn't have that time? The first time I didn't have that time, I literally went from, oh my goodness, I think my retina is detaching, to Bridgend, where they said we don't have a retina specialist, down to Cardiff, and put on the schedule that afternoon, unable to have a general anesthesia because I'd had something to eat, so was awake throughout the whole procedure while they surgically repaired my eye.
Oh, that's terrible. It's a terrible thing that's because there's no, these sorts of things do not respect Friday night, 5 o'clock or 5:30 on a Friday night,
No.
and it's a terrible thing when these things effectively are a lottery, and the ombudsman is saying, well, that's not good enough.
That's not good enough.
So, but then how does that link to the doctors' strike? I mean, are you in favour, basically, of the Tories' plan, Jeremy Hunt's plan, to make it 24/7? Maybe not in the ways that he set out, but essentially, the doctors are saying that the facts and figures around weekend deaths are being spun by the Tory government. But in your experience there, you're saying that actually, it was a real problem on a Friday night. I couldn't get the care that should be available.
Well, it's not a question of spin. I mean, I agree. The reason the junior doctors are so upset is that there are not enough of them, and there are not enough people being paid for the extra time that would be involved, because they're still expected to do Monday to Friday and now basically turn it into a 7-day week, which, again, if I have a specialist looking at me, I'm not sure I want that to be the case either. Somebody, that they've already put in 6.5 days and now they're checking over and about to do surgery on my eye. There's got to be a way to balance this out so care can be provided when it is needed. It will be more costly, it will require more people, and they need to address it in that way, not just say, all of a sudden we have a 7-day NHS, poof, without... I mean, it's the same problem I'm having with development, which we'll talk about another time, but you've got to be very, very concerned about these issues. And I don't see anybody worried about the solution. All they want to do is point fingers at the other side and win the soundbite war, and everybody loses when that happens.